Hey everybody, NovelistCrim here, and welcome to Writing Company and Motivation. This is a accountability stream where we get together on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, and we kind of just do our thing, whether it be like writing a novel, working on creative endeavors, but it's essentially trying to be an accountable person and, show up for those 2 hours to do something creative. That's pretty much what we're doing here. Usually we do a journal entry of sorts, but I've been getting in the habit of doing those guys earlier so we can just hop straight into tonight's discussion. So I guess we can warm things up a little bit with talking like what's going on so far with like the book and how things have been going over the weekend. So last weekend was pretty lit. I gotta say, I didn't really accomplish too much in terms of like writing the novel, but I did party pretty hard, which was nice, being able to like kind of interact with people, be human, kind of like make jokes and just hang out with folks. So it was fun. It was really fun. We ended up going to the Renaissance Fair, being able to like fire arrows at targets and throw like axes, knives, what have you. It was pretty good. Had a lot of interesting drinks. Kind of like wandered the stalls, picked up some random things. There's at least, one of the things I love about Renaissance fairs is like it has a whole slew of like kind of like homemade items that add a little bit more spice to life. That could include like actual spices, maybe scented candles that are kind of like the off-brand of what those like big companies would have, and you can also, I don't know, I guess like a lot of incense. I love those. It's really good to like burn and have an interesting scent throughout your home. It's pretty cool. Love it. Aside from that, we also ended up like going to the bar yesterday, which was pretty fun. Was able to make a couple of new friends. Being able to hang out with people, and it was just great. Just it kind of just really warmed my heart to like kind of just like go to a place and then like become fast friends with people. So like I think our social lives are slowly knitting back together, and things are going pretty good. In terms of the novel, though, I've been still stuck on like chapter 11, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. I've been wanting to get past that. I think according to the statistics that we have here, we are literally today marks the second week, 2 weeks so far stuck in chapter 11. I think the chapter is going okay. I had to redo the intro to it in order to like kind of keep things locked in the perspective, but I think with a little bit of reworking on some zones here and there, we can basically salvage most of what we got and hopefully move on. I feel like there's a lot of good momentum moving forward toward getting those things done. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that we can get a lot of stuff done today in terms of like grinding and trying to get the novel moving and grooving. So we'll see where we land as we get moving. So I just got back from my from getting a temporary crown. Temporary crown July 12th. Oof, that sucks. How's your dental hygiene? I've never had a cavity. I just had pretty good teeth, Things are fine. Just good genetics and good luck, I guess. Let's see. Aside from that, I guess we can dive into tonight's questions and maybe even talk a little bit about like some of the stuff that's going on. So, let's see what you guys cooked up today. Okay, so, and you can catch some of these answers and questions like written in a journal if you join the Discord. You can get that link by hitting !Discord, by the way. It would be a simple link just like this. Boom. So let's see here. So first question asker says, would you hire an editor, and what would you hire them for? Now when they were asking the question, they had a whole slew of different types of I guess forms and functions of what like an editor would do. And that could be like, developmental slash structural, could be line editing, could be copy editing or proofreading, all that good stuff. So would I hire an editor? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like I would say like perhaps. And the thing that I would hire them for would probably be copy editing. I'm pretty confident about like the story structure. I think that like that's fine. And that's something that I would like more of a beta reader to handle. In terms of like, I want them to tell me like, how's the story coming? Does it like, does it resonate well with you? Are you bored? Like, how's the pacing feel? All that good stuff. I'd probably like let the beta readers handle that, and then like, the more of the nitty gritty stuff and like making sure that everything's legible and I'm following all the rules per se, or at least breaking them when they're supposed to be broken. I would probably appreciate that from a copy editing standpoint. In terms of like editing in general, I'm kind of a little bit leery to like hire an editor. And there's a couple of reasons why you should like consider whether or not you should, right? So like if you're going into the field yourself, what's called? Sorry, one of my good friends is streaming. Let's see what you wear. I saw be in between both. That's no worries, dude. I appreciate the honesty and no worries. It's fine. So like in terms of editing and like whether or not you should go for it or not. So there's different reasons why you would want an editor, and I think namely if you want to get an editor, it's mostly because you're not really confident like with what's going on. Perhaps like you need to figure out some things in terms of like rules, or maybe there's some structural issues that you're having. Don't know. But if you're going down the traditional publishing route, from what I've read in other books, and I've been like looking at the sources for this like earlier. I've been trying to figure out where I heard this from. It's either, let's see here. It's either from the fantasy fiction formula, or it's from Writing to Sell by Scott Meredith. One of the two books. I remember reading a little bit about them in terms of like whether or not you need like what the hell do you call that? The editors? I think one of them said something about when you are going for traditional publishing, they're going to already have editors on deck. So like even if you have an editor that's like going through your stuff, they're going to like go through and edit it anyways, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was actually another video. Oh yeah, actually no, I think I remember where I got it from, so I'll send that video out later when I get a chance. But it was this this woman who goes on YouTube and she does like writing advice, and some of her stuff is actually pretty interesting. But yeah, she was talking about the concept of like whether or not you need an editor too. Essentially, they have a bunch of editors in the publishing company as well, and they will go and do the editing for free, because they're trying to like sit there and publish your book. And regardless of like what you do for editing, they're going to want to publish it their way. So they're, the editing is going to be required regardless. It's kind of like unavoidable. I've also the only reference to like editing that I found in the fantasy fiction formula that I was reading earlier, in order to try to see if I can like talk about that reference. And they were mentioning like that you should be basically like able to like edit as well as a writer. I'll try to see if I can do a little short reading here and not get like completely smote. But it says here, you may be thinking that creating a story is the writer's sole task, that you're an artist and you can leave all the dull editing to others. Or you may believe that a fine editor will take you by the hand and guide your story to the next level. Stop dreaming. You have to be both the writer and the editor these days. Editors would love to do nothing more than to read the manuscript and pull them up to their full potential, but editors seldom have the time anymore. They're occupied with meetings and busy with numerous pre-production tasks that can be used to be handled by larger publishing staff. Therefore, a novelist needs to deliver the manuscripts that are pretty much ready to go. This means it's time for you to hone your self-editing skills. Not only must you write your story with all the craftsmanship and passion you possess, but you should learn how to evaluate your story, size it up, and whether or not it's something that the public will buy and fix its flaws. And that's all. If you become stuck at any point, you need to know how to repair whatever's wrong with your story and make it better, essentially. So like, it basically is coming from like a independent sort of standpoint in terms of being able to recognize what's wrong with your story and not really separate yourself from any aspect of the creation process, I think. And I'm okay with that. Like, I like being in control of the story. I like being able to be in every aspect of the story, like from the marketing to like the creation of it. Like, I think that to me is super fun. It's a part of the ride to being a novelist. And I think like as you learn the business and you become more and more like I guess acquainted with like all the aspects of the trade, it becomes a lot easier for you to I guess create a better product and also become a better writer like throughout. So I don't know. Also, it's good to see you, Pink. How you doing? Welcome. How's art coming along? So let's see here. Next question. Would you hire beta readers? No. I mean, like, I would prefer friends that would like be willing to beta read some of the stuff that I have, and I would in exchange beta read their stuff, and then it would have this mutual understanding that like we're critiquing each other's work and we're both trying to like better each other towards like a better product. And I think that if I were to, I don't know, like I would like somebody who's like definitely trustworthy. So it's gonna take like it's not something that you can just instantly do or just sign up for. I feel like I'd have to like know the person for a while before I actually decided like, all right, so like we're not trying to harm each other here, and we're not trying to steal each other's ideas or whatever, and like that type of stuff. So we're literally just both invested in like you're going one path, I'm going the other, and we're both like trying to rise up and have this book done. That's kind of like something that I've been wanting to do. I'll sub to you if you read my short story. What short story? Like, is that on your website? And leave a like. I could read your short story. I don't know if I'll read it out loud since I'm kind of terrible at reading it out loud. Usually, like when I'm reading in front of a crowd, I'm just like I get weird. It won't hit good. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out your short story though. If you send me or whisper me a link somewhere, I'll go check it out, and I'll let you know what I think ahead of time. And there's no need to sub. It's fine. And just I'm more interested in just reading. Let's see. Would you take a writing class? Oh, sorry. So would I hire beta readers? So yeah, I mean, like, I would prefer if it was just like trustworthy friends who were like, beta reading, Oh, jeez. Thank you for the sub there, Z Tom. I appreciate it. So here's a. Would I attend a writers conference? Okay, so for learning, yeah, I always would love to attend a writers conference. It's a lot of fun, being able to like kind of hang out with other writers and kind of mingle and see like who you can meet up and chat with. Like there's all sorts of interesting folks who have interesting ideas like running through their head, and maybe somebody knows somebody. So like it's always a good idea to like put yourself where the action is, and I think it's a very worth it type of thing to go to a writers conference. Would I host one? I mean, personally, I would rather have a done novel, and I would rather have a little bit of a track record before I'm comfortable doing anything like that. And the reason why is because I really don't want to lead people astray with methods that I, haven't really proven yet. You know what I mean? So like, when you, when I do get some some experience under my belt, and like, you know, it's proven, it works, it sells well, and you know, I have some weight behind the words. I think I'd feel more confident with being able to kind of you know, go up to people and kind of be like host something like a panel, you know, and that way we have like, you know, more material to talk about, because it could be like whether or not you know, you could be asking questions about like whether or not you read the book, and there's like, you know, questions about the book, or if you have questions about writing in general, which could be kind of fun too. It's nice to have that I guess the dual topics to go in with. Let's see, would you take writing classes? Actually, would you take writing classes to further your skills? Yeah, I'm always hungry for knowledge. CrimCon, oh my god. I was thinking of changing the little channel points that we have here to something else, and I was thinking cryptocurrency, just because I like the pun. It's kind of funny. I don't know what kind of like symbol we should do for cryptocurrency. I'd probably take like the little channel point, or the channel's portrait, shove it in there maybe. But let's see here. So yeah, would I ever take writing classes to further my skills? Yeah, I mean, like always. You know, I'm hungry for knowledge, so I'm kind of excited to like you know, I love buying like, you know, all sorts of different types of books. I mean, like I have like 3 books in front of me right now that I kind of gathered for, you know, for the purposes of like trying to understand writing. I've got a couple of audiobooks too. You know, I like learning about the craft as much as I can. So definitely, I like the idea of being a sponge and kind of like, you know, trying to go around. I have writing classes told by a guy from Oxford. Ooh, nice. How do you like those classes so far? Like, is it good? Like, if there was like a piece of advice or something that like that really wowed you, you know, what would it be? Share to me your wisdom. I would love to hear about it. A dragon's hoard of writing knowledge, honestly. Honestly. That's so cool. Yeah, I love people who are like that, you know, where you're able to like really just connect with them and talk to them. That's wonderful. And who are like, you know, genuinely invested in like your growth as a writer and a human being. That's always the best type of professors. Whoa, I just saw some of the artwork that Pink posted. Holy shnikes. That lemon looks amazing. That, and I love the little fairy inside the bubble. That's super cool. You're getting like so good in like a short amount of time. It's shocking. What the hell? Yeah, I should see this. It's crazy. That is really good art. That's awesome. Kind of surprised at how quickly you're learning. That's bonkers. Soon you're gonna like draw the friggin' Mona Lisa, you know? So, let's move on to the next question here. It says here, would you take paid freelance writing jobs? Yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind like you know, taking a paid freelance writing job. That's no problem. Do you want me to give you my teacher's link? Honestly, I would recommend. Oh, is the classes like online? Just out of curiosity. Sistine Chapel decks, yeah, honestly. Oh, that's cool. S1v1, wow. I wouldn't mind the link. Could be fun. It's always good to like, you know, check out what other writers are doing and other sources of knowledge. Aside from that, let's see here. So yeah, I would take like freelance writing jobs. The only thing that like I would say though is that if I do, I prefer not to be working a full-time job, because I already like, you know, I'm already getting the cash that I need, and any more time spent trying to like earn money is less time spent working on you know, your novel. So it's like can be a pain in the butt. Let's see here. Have I taken writing classes before? Yeah, I mean, like I took online I took courses in college. I took an online course by, you know, via YouTube with the Brandon Sanderson class. If you've ever done, if you've never done that before, I recommend it. The Brandon Sanderson's like, you know, on writing series is great. It's a lot of fun. I've also got like a lot of books on different types of methods and on the basically the craft of writing, which I tend to revisit frequently. There's lots and lots of good books on how to do that, and I refer to them a lot. So yeah, and in general, I like to keep my mind sharp in terms of the understanding how story works, why certain things are better than others, like in terms of like, you know, how does character work, or how do you open up a scene, or, you know, how quickly should you move, story structure, all that cool stuff. Final question for tonight was what are your top favorite lit RPGs? So I really, you know, for those who know me, I really do love lit RPGs. They're one of my favorite genres of book. I read a lot of them. What I can recommend is yeah. What I can recommend is the Good Guys series. Love that. Also love the Bad Guys series. Let's see here. The Wandering Inn is phenomenal. Really good. I would say like, you know, actually let's give a little bit of honor to each one. The Good Guys series is essentially like it's a lit RPG, kind of like following Montana Cogsall, who's or Montana, who's kind of like this guy who kind of ends up in another world. It starts off with a protagonist who has basically a shitty life, and he's also like some kind of like you know, a piece of shit gangster of sorts. He gets teleported into like a video game world where he tries to, you know, become the better person and fix his life, and he becomes this heroic warrior with you know, an astronomical amount of strength, and he's able to like do some crazy stuff. But it's definitely a power fantasy. I love the you know, main character because he's like hilarious, and you know, some of the action is extremely good too, and then the characters are kind of fun, like whenever they do pop in. But there's a great amount of humor in the book that I really enjoy. The same thing kind of goes for the Bad Guy series, written by the same guy, who takes it slightly from a more bad guy-ish sort of take. Although I can't really say that he's like a bad guy. I would say more of like an anti-hero maybe, or I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see that different type of character and what's going on in the same world, and the worlds kind of connect a little bit together because they're both playing the same game. It's just from two different perspectives, which is kind of neat. And the fact that the author is consistently able to you know, push the narrative forward while also keeping you know, schedule with like, you know, bouncing between these two book series is really great. I'm super into the series. I love how frequently they come out. The guy is like a machine when it comes to making content. So if you're looking for something to like to read, and also it's quick, you can certainly pick up those books. They're really good. In terms of the Wandering Inn series, that's a serialized story online that's really, really awesome. I would say the first 8 chapters are a little bit rough in terms of like you're with a character who's kind of like whiny, and things are kind of slow, but that's fine because it really does kick up around chapter 8, and things just get really, really awesome. The character, the writer has like phenomenal ability to do so much like subplots that it just makes me like, you know, it boggles my mind as to like how they can keep so many freaking plot threads moving and grooving throughout the whole damn series. It's crazy, and they managed to keep the story running for years, and it's pretty great. It's a really, really good series. Less on the numbers side, which I'm very okay with. I never really liked the whole, you know, like here's a gigantic list of statistics and, you know, meaningless crap that you're going to be reading anyways, and it doesn't really have any sway in on your mind. But I think The Wandering Inn does its world building and its characters extremely well, and definitely its plots are really cool, really cool. Shadeslinger is another book series that I really enjoy. They only came out with like 2 books as far as I'm aware of right now, and I really like them. I think that like the story comes off with like a really great like dynamic duo type of vibe, where you have this main character who's a rich bastard, and he ends up getting teamed up with a talking axe, and the axe is hilarious. Really funny guy, and it's amazing to see them go through the world. It's the first lit RPG where you know, the main characters are actually like allowed to leave, and it strictly reminds you that this is a video game, which is kind of cool. Like in the sense that like it's a bunch of gamers going together, and they're trying to like, you know, do something big in a world that is, you know, ultimately fake but important to them, and you still feel that like the pressing what do you call it, you still feel the stakes that are high, you know. That's pretty cool. Other than that, I also do like some of the characters too in Shadeslinger. I think it does really well to keep the you know, some of the humor going. There's a lot of interesting characters, and the fight scenes are pretty awesome. I just like the magic system and the way the world is, you know, pretty simple but like branching. It's pretty nice. Dungeon Crawler Carl is one of the series that I've been really into, and I've been trying to like I've been really hoping that they continue the series, because I've been waiting forever for the next books. But it is one of my favorite series, definitely. It is a story about this guy who ends up as a part of like some kind of humanity-wide game. Essentially, story starts off with like this guy standing outside, and he's trying to retrieve his pet Donut, who is a cat that was owned by his ex-girlfriend and kind of just dumped on him for him to take care of. And while he was outside trying to retrieve this cat, everybody who was like under a structure of some sort were smushed flat and teleported off the planet somewhere else. So those who remained on the world, there was an entirely flat Earth, to the point where, you know, there's like in the distance there's this one door that opens up, and those who ran inside, you now has become like a part of a video game of sorts. Like you are now almost like a gladiator in a world where they have like numbers and statistics and stuff. So this guy who came in with nothing but his underpants and a cat has to like try to see if he can survive all 13 levels of this like super hell dungeon that has like themes on each floor. And if you can defeat all the floors, you can kind of like save your race and your planet. So that's kind of cool. You might be able to like have a shot at like restoring Earth back to normal. So far the book has like I think 5 or 6 books in the series, which is pretty damn good. It is hilarious, so funny, so many interesting like puns, different monsters, and then like the characters are just so goddamn good that it's just a great series to like read and watch. I love it. So yeah, this is some of the favorite books that I have for lit RPGs. But I am very thankful for those who are new and kind of like for those of you who came to visit and hang out. It's really fun. Really appreciate the love and support. Again, my name is NovelistCrim. This was Writing Company and Motivation, an accountability stream which we host Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. So you can certainly look forward to like watching some more stuff as we advance forward. If you haven't, I recommend you leave a follow. It's a great way to get notified when we do this type of stuff. You can also check out our Discord by hitting !Discord. I'll do that in chat for you right there. Don't do that like I did. Lol. There you go. Proper. Essentially, that'll get you a link that'll get you to one of the channels where you can check out our journal entries. You also have the stream archives where you can check out some of the stuff that we've done for stream highlights. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much. This is awesome. Take it easy, guys, and as always, stay passionate.